Welcome to Vcare Technical Institute.
Data traffic is forgiving. It can pause and buffer. Voice is different. An audio stream must flow continuously. Delayed packets instantly degrade the conversation. Despite this rigid requirement, network administrators often deploy IP phones exactly like desktop computers, dropping SIP signaling and RTP media streams directly onto a standard best-effort flat local area network. On a shared network, voice packets are forced to wait in line behind massive file downloads. These delays cause jitter, where packets arrive out of order, or packet loss, creating dead air. In cases of severe routing misconfiguration, the result is one-way audio. This is the core engineering challenge of network convergence, forcing highly sensitive, real-time telephony to share the exact same physical wiring and switches as unpredictable workstation data. A modern IP PBX cannot operate reliably on default network settings. It requires a deterministic, actively engineered environment to ensure voice packets always have priority. To build that deterministic network, we first have to look at the software demands of the PBX appliance itself. Here is the PBX Network Settings interface. The layout requires specific IP addresses and VLAN assignments for WAN and LAN ports. Entering this data dictates exactly how your routers and switches must be physically provisioned. Our deconstruction begins with the network's physical layout, then moves through IP addressing and VLANs, before concluding with the prioritization rules of quality of service. Completing these steps integrates the PBX into the enterprise stack as a resilient, high-priority communication node. Physical topology begins with cabling. In standard bridge mode, the PBX relies on a single LAN connection to an internal switch, behind the edge router. All traffic passes through the firewall, requiring strict NAT traversal settings to prevent one-way audio. Contrast this with dual mode. The PBX uses both ports simultaneously, a LAN connection for internal traffic and a direct WAN connection for SIP. This isolates the paths. Internal traffic stays on LAN, while external SIP traffic routes exclusively over WAN. Isolating the SIP provider circuit on a dedicated port adds crucial security, preventing outside voice traffic from mingling with standard workstation internet traffic. In a dual-mode setup, the telephony service provider will typically provision a specific public IP address directly to that WAN interface. Defining this physical path is the mandatory first step before configuring logical routing. Once the physical ports are connected, we establish logical separation by assigning strict IP addressing rules across those interfaces. The absolute rule of PBX routing is that the LAN interface and the WAN interface must never operate on the same network segment. This is the IPv6 configuration interface for the PBX. Modern systems rely on these settings to define strict network boundaries. The subnet prefix length, seen here as a /64, is used to mathematically define the exact boundaries for internal extensions. Proper subnetting restricts the broadcast domain. It ensures that background network noise from desktop computers doesn't reach the PBX processor, keeping its resources focused entirely on call handling. As enterprise deployments scale to thousands of endpoints, migrating to IPv6 provides the address space necessary to handle massive routing tables without IP exhaustion. Disciplined subnetting prevents IP conflicts and builds the foundational layer of logical isolation for all voice traffic. Subnetting alone has a vulnerability. It organizes IP addresses, but it does not physically protect or prioritize traffic sharing the same switch ports. To solve this, we use the 802.1q voice VLAN. It logically segregates the switch, tagging data packets with one ID and voice packets with another, creating separate logical pipes. A Layer 3 switch provides the processing power to intelligently route traffic between these VLANs. Here in the VLAN settings interface, we can see exactly how the PBX asserts these boundaries internally. By assigning specific VLAN IDs and IP addresses directly to the WAN and LAN ports, the PBX is instructed to automatically tag its own outgoing packets. This early tagging protects endpoints. It allows IP phones to maintain crystal clear audio even if a massive database backup heavily congests the data VLAN. Crucially, these VLAN IPs must reside in completely separate network segments. Overlapping them will cause routing loops that take down the entire network. VLANs effectively transform a single physical cable into multiple isolated channels, ensuring that voice bandwidth is always available when needed. Even with VLANs in place, there is one final bottleneck: the edge router. Here, the protected voice and data VLANs merge into a single outbound pipe to the internet. When that outbound connection becomes saturated, standard routers start dropping packets indiscriminately. For voice traffic, dropped packets mean immediate audio degradation. Quality of service, or QoS, acts as the traffic cop at this bottleneck, establishing strict rules for which packets get to leave first. The PBX asserts priority by modifying the IP packet header's type of service, or TOS, byte. Seeing an active TOS byte, the edge router pulls that packet from the stagnant data queue and pushes it directly to the front. This application-level QoS specifically shields SIP call setups and RTP audio streams from latency, ensuring conversations flow smoothly regardless of overall network traffic. Without proper TOS byte configuration, all of your careful subnetting and VLAN engineering can be undone by a single congested queue at the edge router. Let's trace the journey of a live call through this engineered architecture, starting from an incoming SIP trunk hitting the external edge. The packet enters the dedicated WAN port, taking advantage of the dual-mode topology we established. The PBX processes incoming routing rules and immediately dispatches the call out the LAN port, placing it securely onto the isolated voice VLAN. As it hits the switch, the RTP audio stream is recognized by its TOS byte. QoS rules enforce its priority, delivering the packet instantly to the user's IP phone. This seamless, reliable delivery is the direct result of combining physical topology, subnet boundaries, VLAN tags, and QoS prioritization into a single, unified architecture. Voice over IP is a demanding, high-stakes application. It simply cannot survive on a standard best-effort data network. The complex PBX configurations we analyzed today serve as the exact blueprints required to build a deterministic infrastructure. In Module 5, we take this stable network foundation and use it to configure external SIP trunks, formally connecting the PBX to the outside world. Mastering these networking principles is what successfully bridges the gap between basic IT administration and true carrier-grade telecom engineering.
Keep learning with Vcare Institute.